Watch this dashboard instantly populate an entire advertising campaign from a single prompt. We have reached a point where software can write the copy, design the graphics, and format the videos in seconds. Compare that to the traditional workflow you are probably used to. Getting a single ad live used to mean scrolling through stock footage libraries, managing dozens of Photoshop layers, drafting copy, and waiting on revision cycles from a design team. That old bottleneck is gone, but it has been replaced by a new one. The market is currently flooded with hundreds of AI tools that all promise to automate your marketing. Staring at endless pages of similar-looking dashboards creates extreme choice paralysis. To make sense of this, we need to look at this quadrant chart. We are going to take 10 of the top tools and map them based on two distinct axes: how much they focus on design versus hard data, and whether they are built to generate a single asset or operate at mass scale. As the platforms organize themselves, a clear divide emerges. A platform's value depends on how well it fits your operational scale. Choosing from the wrong quadrant will create immediate bottlenecks in your workflow. For example, if you manage a massive media buying budget and you rely heavily on the tools sitting in this design-focused corner, you will end up flying blind. You might generate beautiful images, but without native conversion tracking, you have no idea what is actually driving sales. The reverse is equally true. If you are a bootstrapped founder running a weekend project, trying to integrate the enterprise-level testing tools from this data quadrant will drown you in complexity. You will spend all your time configuring software instead of selling your product. We are going to evaluate these 10 platforms by looking at the distinct problems they solve. By the end, you'll know exactly which ones belong in your marketing stack. We will start with the first category, the asset generators. This group includes Canva, Predis.ai, Adobe Express, Quickads, and AdCreative. These are built for time-poor beginners and solopreneurs who need to bypass graphic design entirely. The main advantage here is how little information you need to provide. You can feed these platforms a basic text prompt, a single product URL, or a hex code for your brand colors, and the AI handles the composition. Look at this split screen. On the left, we enter a basic idea for an organic coffee launch. Instantly on the right, we get a complete grid of cohesive, branded social media posts optimized for every aspect ratio. Within this group, Canva remains the lowest friction starting point. If you have absolutely zero design skills, you can generate a concept, apply your preset brand kit, and have a finished advertisement ready for publication in minutes. Predis.ai operates in a similar space, but adds a layer of organization. It is designed for marketers who need to seamlessly fill out an organic social media calendar while running their promotional ad campaign simultaneously. Adobe Express separates itself through format adaptability. You can construct a single high-quality asset and then instantly resize and repurpose that exact layout for a square Instagram feed, a vertical story, or a landscape video. Quickads and AdCreative.ai specialize in variation. You can upload one product image and instantly generate multiple marketing angles, spinning out a discount-focused ad, a premium lifestyle pitch, and a problem-solution hook from the exact same starting file. There is a strict trade-off with this entire category. You gain massive production speed and excellent visual quality, but you lack native performance tracking. When you launch these ads, you are relying entirely on aesthetic guesswork rather than actual buyer data. That brings us to the second category, e-commerce video engines, which includes platforms like Creatify and AdCreative. These tools serve high-volume social marketers who need constant short-form video content to stay relevant in feed-based algorithms. This animation shows the Creatify pipeline in action. You paste an e-commerce URL, and the AI immediately pulls the product images, synthesizes a voiceover, and pieces together a high-paced vertical video advertisement. This workflow removes the most expensive steps of traditional media production. You no longer need to write a script, hire a voiceover artist, or edit raw footage on a timeline. AdCreative takes a different approach to video generation by focusing entirely on user-generated content. Instead of product shots, it generates digital human avatars to speak directly to the camera. The operational power of AdCreative is flexibility. If a specific hook isn't working, you can swap out the virtual presenter, change their voice profile, and test a new opening line without ever booking a studio or shooting new footage. The trade-off for utilizing these video engines is quality control. You drastically reduce production overhead, but you have to actively A/B test the automated scripts and digital avatars to ensure they actually resonate with human audiences rather than feeling robotic. Now we move to the third category, built around a strict mantra used by performance media buyers. Creative does not equal performance. An ad is only useful if it actually gets a response. This requires a shift in how you operate. These platforms demand that you upload your assets and route them directly through live ad networks like Meta or Google. They exist to gather hard data on your customer acquisition cost. The two standout tools here are Pencil and Marpipe. Both exist to replace guesswork with hard metrics, but they achieve validation through completely opposite methodologies. This diagram shows Pencil's macro testing approach on the left. The system evaluates completely distinct creative concepts against one another. You put ad A, ad B, and ad C into the market to see which entirely different narrative wins. Pencil is optimized for broad discovery. It helps brands rapidly generate fresh angles to figure out which high-level message actually resonates with their target demographic. Looking at the right side of the diagram, Marpipe uses microtesting. Instead of comparing wild ideas, it takes one core concept and systematically tests exact variations, like swapping out only the background color while leaving the text and image untouched. Marpipe's goal is scientific isolation. It tests every exact layout, color, and propy variation against each other to mathematically prove which specific element is driving the conversions. The trade-off for these performance tools is cost and discipline. They provide definitive validation, but to reach statistical significance, you need to maintain a highly structured testing framework and spend an active, sizable media buying budget. Finally, we reach the ceiling of AI advertising platforms: enterprise scale. This category is defined by Omneky, which targets massive, multi-account agency operations. This flowchart illustrates the shift in scope. At the enterprise tier, the focus shifts to total data integration. Omneky pulls live performance metrics from Meta, Google, and TikTok accounts, funneling all of that performance data into one master dashboard. The outcome is automated optimization at a massive scale. The AI analyzes cross-campaign analytics and automatically reallocates your live ad spend toward the creative assets that are currently performing best. The trade-off here is straightforward. Omneky offers unmatched visibility for agencies managing millions in ad spend, but the cost and complexity make it entirely unnecessary for a solopreneur or a small startup team. AI has officially commoditized graphic design. Because anyone can generate a beautiful image in seconds, aesthetics are no longer a competitive advantage. Validation is the ultimate differentiator in modern advertising. The most common mistake marketers make right now is using an AI tool to generate one perfect ad, launching it, and stopping there. The actual value of these platforms is shown in this workflow schematic. You need to build a continuous cycle. Take your product, use AI to generate the copy and multiple assets, test them in the market, and actively optimize based on the results. To implement this cycle, map the tools to your reality. If you are a bootstrapped beginner with zero design skills trying to feed organic social channels, Canva or Predis.ai belong right here in the asset generation phase. If you are an e-commerce marketer needing to rapidly convert static product pages into high-volume TikTok or Reels content, map Creatify or AdCreative.ai to bridge your product straight into multiple video ads. If you are a performance media buyer demanding rigorous, data-backed validation for your daily ad spend, map Pencil or Marpipe directly into your testing and optimization notes. And if you are an agency managing dozens of clients, remember Omneky sits above this entire circular workflow, managing the data flow across multiple accounts. The actual ROI of these platforms lies in the ability to build a data-backed pipeline perfectly tailored to your business scale.
Which AI ad website will you try first? Comment your favorite below. To get more tools, hit subscribe. And follow PromptX for practical tutorials. Join us and subscribe today. I'll see you in the next one.